Hello, welcome back. We are just outside Riften. I decided to do some shopping for my character. What I decided to get myself was some armor, leather helmet, and leather boots as well. As you can see, it's leather boots of waning shock, which increased my shock resistance by 30%, and leather helmet of archery, which increased my bow damage by 20%, which they're two very good things. I decided not to wear not to wear my nightingale boots, mainly because they're only for sneaking around, and I can change them around at will. The Thieves Guild hood is only for increasing the prices, so I prefer my leather armor. And at some point, of course, I'll upgrade it. The armor count for the leather isn't as quite good as good. It's 17 as compared to 20 for the leather hood. The boots, very similarly, aren't particularly good. They've got 10 armor as opposed to 13, which isn't, it's not as good, but still the 30% shock resistance I think will make up for it. Oh, we spent a good amount of gold. What we thought we might do actually is, I thought we need to return the horn of Jurgen Windcaller. We need to go to High Hrothgar anyway, before we end up going to Riverwood, and before we end up going to Dawnstar. And we had a mission, of course, to go to Ivestad and tell whoever we delivered the supplies for that we've done it. So we want to collect our reward. We were going to go to Ivestad anyway.
Can take you to any of the hold. Where do you want to go?
So let's go to Ivestad. It cost us quite a bit. It cost us 250 gold, but it's well worth it. Another thing I wanted to do was that, of course, we've been looking for this small pearl for a long time, and that small pearl is for Vilja's mission, and there happens to be a location near Ivestad where you can get a small pearl. Of course, I needed to do a bit of hunting around in the unofficial Elder Scrolls pages because I wouldn't have worked it out for myself. But I think we're prepared. We've got decent armor. We've got some decent weapons now. So we need to go to this. I think it's a Nord ruin again. It's quite a smallish Nord ruin, but quite high difficulty. We're level 11 now. We haven't got Vilja because Vilja's learning to play the lute. So unfortunately we
What
don't.
does the Dragonborn do once he's been summoned by the Greybeards?
Oh, shut up.
Can the Thum be taught, like any skill?
Let's go to Vilmar Inn and we'll rest here. It's not too far away from here, so we'll get a night's rest. It's actually a part of the Lost Legends, which you can initiate by reading the Lost Legends book. We haven't found one yet, so that's not started, but still.
We don't need a room, maybe a drink. Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
Rapidly disappearing of gold.
Room. Right this way.
Is this where they keep mead in these massive vats?
Pardon me, my lord. Would you care to hear me say my...
If there's anything else you need.
It's nice for them to leave a big batch of gold right next to my bed. I will sleep here for a few hours. Make sure we're fully rested. We also dumped quite a lot of our stuff in the Thieves Guild, so we don't have too much to carry around. So hopefully, from this Nordic ruin, we'll actually get some treasure. There's a meal for us. For some reason just seems to be for show. I can't actually pick it up. Nothing's flashing up. Tankard. It's just for show. Anyway. You'll notice that a few things are missing from that room. You don't mind, do you? It's like towels. I guess it's like a hotel, so it doesn't really matter. I noticed since I actually added on this mod that water actually quenches your thirst a lot more.
We don't get many visitors through here, unless they're headed up to High Hrothgar.
And you also get this option of filling up all your bottles of water.
If you pass through again,
Of course,
stop by
I've
for a
now
drink.
emailed or messaged the modder to see if I can actually alter it. Because what I want to do is to make these
Those bears are making Miss Timber so
these
angry.
innkeepers
I hope you can do something about it.
complete idiots and try to give you river water rather than boiled water. That kind of thing.
So you can cast a few spells? Am I supposed to be impressed?
Hello, horsey. So actually, I don't know how you get out of this place. You can get a carriage into this place, but you seemingly can't get a carriage out of this place.
What do you want, cat?
We were gonna find a guy who wanted to deliver things. Let's check in my journal to see where he is. We're looking at, he's always in the miscellaneous section. Return to Klimek, that's what we wanted to do. Klimek, where are you?
Hey, watch it.
It looks like evening here. Even though it's 8 AM, it looks like the evening. I know, here he is. Klimek's house. That's him, hopefully he'll give me some nice gold. Hello Klimek, we delivered your
I wish I
package.
could make my deliveries more often. Ah, good to see you again. How'd that delivery go?
Delivered
Quite a
it.
climb, wasn't it?
Is it
Anyway,
also a big
much
troll?
appreciated. Here, take this for your troubles.
750 gold, that's a
Thanks again for
ridiculous
the legwork.
reward. That's a ridiculous reward. 750 gold. I'm not sure if that mod that cuts down the price of courier quests actually is working now. If that was 750 gold for that incredible waste of time. Anyway, we're at Iverstad now. We want to go to this unmarked island here. No bridges there, so you really have to know about it. So who would live in Iverstad? First of all, you've got this Nordic barrow, this haunted Nordic barrow that the innkeeper was telling you about, and over here you've got somewhere even worse. I've been here before, which is in another game, so that's why I know it's here, and of course you can find it by doing the Lost Legends quests, either by finding the book or by starting the Mages Guild quests. Sorry, the College of Winterhold quests. So this looks like a nice autumnal place. You wouldn't suspect that anything bad goes on around here. I'm picking up these blue mountain flowers because they are pretty valuable. German's Hall, that's the name of it. Spooky music already. What do you think of this place, Lydia? No words for it. She doesn't speak as much now that we've got Villiers. She just doesn't speak. Let's get down here. I could do with that bow of the undead. I sold that off, of course, because I didn't think I was going past anywhere that was full of undead. Lots of mushrooms here. It's like a farmer's wet dream. They love mushrooms. Whitecap are one of the heaviest mushrooms. They weigh 1/3 of a pound. I can hear skeevers powering away. So initially I guess what you're supposed to think, oh, a dead adventurer. See what he's got. A book called Lost Legends. 50 gold. Couple of potions of minor healing. So let's take a look at this book. I suppose that's what we're supposed to do. Wander in here. He's obviously been looking at the Lost Legends. Let's open our little book. Lost Legends. Started Forbidden Legend. Lost Legends of Skyrim by Tazgar the Elder, Archivist of Winterhold. The history of Skyrim is vast, predating most ancient records of man and mare. Much has been lost. Where no records exist, legends and folks offer us a key to the past. For generations, the people of Mortal have told whispered tales of the Pale Lady, a ghostly woman who wanders the northern marshes, forever seeking her lost daughter. Some say she steals children who wander astray, others that her sobbing wail strikes dead all that bear it. But behind these tales may lie a kernel of truth, for ancient records speak of Ormriel, a mysterious figure. Maeskrimor's heirs battled for decades and finally sealed away. Reachmen tell the story of a fellow in Red Eagle, an ancient king who rallied his people and drove back the armies of Cyrodiil with a flaming sword. Their accounts vary, they seem to be based on the truth. The Imperial Chronicles of Empress Hestra mention a rebel leader of that era who was eventually cornered and slain in battle at the cost of a full legion of men. Of course, those are 2 quests in Skyrim, but some tales prove far harder to analyse. Among scholars, the best known is Forbidden Legend of the Archmage Guldur. In the dawning days of the First Era, I guess that's the First Era, I suppose that's the first king of Skyrim. The story goes there lived a powerful wizard by the name of Guldur, wise and just. He was well known in the courts of King Harold and the Jarls of Skyrim, and his aid and counsel were sought by men and mare alike. Then he was murdered. Some say one of his sons killed him. Others say that King Harold, jealous of his power, gave the order. But Galdur's 3 sons, fled into the night, pursued by a company of Harold's best warriors and Lord Geirmund, the king's personal battle mage. A great chase ensued from the wilds of the Reach to the glacier north. One brother is said to have perished in the ruins of Solganther at the foot of Solitude. The others will run ground soon thereafter, and once it was done, King Harold ordered every record of their murders destroyed, and Galdur's name and deeds were struck off in the rolls of history. So Guldur was a wizard, and his sons murdered him. And Lord Geirmund, and we're in Geirmund's hall, was tasked with chasing them down, and he obviously killed them. Even today, few sources remain, and no bard will tell the tale, but perhaps the truth yet remains in some ancient ruin, waiting to be unearthed, for nothing is truly forgotten. Ta-da! Okay. So that starts us off on our little quest. There's about 20 of these books of the Lost Legends around the place. And there is also this massive hole that we can drop down. So let's drop down there. Come on, Lydia, let's go. A coin pass. So, we drop down this big hole. Fortunately, there's a way up. And frostbite spiders. Right, we're going to take a few of these guys out. That's one down. Well, this is obviously some sort of Nordic ruin. Some draw grain. Full of spiders. Let's try and unlock this door, why not? We have got... Let's check for traps first of all. We've got a skeleton key so we can go right at it. My lockpicking is improving at a phenomenal rate. Well, not my proper lockpicking, but my character's lockpicking skill, mainly because of the skeleton key. Is this even supposed to go anywhere? Banded iron armor, potion of healing. Pretty useless. I suppose banded iron armor is useful because when you haven't learnt the steel perk, you can improve things with iron. That looks like a suspicious trap. What's it gonna do? Oh, fire those darts. Some sort of dart trap over here. She'll no doubt trigger it. Okay, come on, Lydia. We notice there is now, on the side walls, an eagle, a fish. Which order though do we look in? Eagle, fish, snake, fish. Even though I've been here before, I don't particularly remember all these puzzles. Something's around here. What's that? A draw? Didn't see it. Another one about. Another two. Lydia's doing her stuff. Yeah, we did well. We did well. These are just pathetic drog. Got lesser soul gems though, and I do need those to charge up my weapons. Got plenty of arrows, I think. I'm not sure that I need those. I noticed that lesser soul gems on some sort of pressure plate. Let's just take that and see what it does. That looks like a trap over there, if you can see it. So this place is tricky and full of traps. I suppose I'm allowed to drink all this water. So what order do we come in? I guess this is... and it should be an eagle. And I guess this should be a fish and should be left alone. Any more drog around the corner? This has to be a snake, right? What's this supposed to be? Another fish, maybe. that's it. That didn't work. So eagle and fish on this side. And fish and snake on this side. Fish, snake. Yep, that's right. Okay, so it's just a case of matching up. That side was the right wall, this side was the left wall, then we just matched it out. You know what I'm gonna do? Hide. Luckily he didn't see me, I'm so good at hiding, he just went straight past me into Lydia. I suppose Lydia's probably why I'm being detected though. Although she is a cool looking housecarl, she obviously is not very good at sneaking. I'll probably be a lot better off partnering myself up with someone who can sneak. Let's back it up a bit. One, two. Right, that's good going. I can hear swinging axes in front of us. Bone meal can be dumped when I don't need it. It weighs half a pound, and I don't know how I can extract bone meal off these guys anyway. That seems one of the more silly things in this game. Some floating books. Anything over here? Potion of minor stamina, leather strips. I'll have to learn how to do some smithing in a while. I said I wasn't going to bother. What's that? What's that? Something's around here. Something screamed out. Let's take out our little blade. Lydia, I take it you didn't hear it. You're just half deaf. Just white caps. A crappy imperial bow. If I found a decent use for these mushrooms, then I'd be laughing. Let's sneak. That looks like a long dead draug. What's that? You can see it, can't you? Where are they? They're behind us somewhere. They're firing arrows at us. I cannot see where it is. Is it at the top? I suppose it's at the top here. Somewhere up here. There's someone up here shooting arrows down at us. It's seen us anyway. Oh, I see it. I see him. You're done. You are done. And I'll have my steel arrows back, thank you very much. No, obviously you've fallen behind that rock. I can't get to you. Oh well. This is Lord Gaymond. Archmage Gaymond. So he slept a bit too long. But let's read what it says. Lord Gaymond, Archmage of Windhelm, Lord Battlemage to King Harold. Magus, keep thy vigil internal. Serve now in death as you did in life. By these seals our realm preserve. From traitors three in their charm of strife. That's obviously Galder's sons, and they are obviously behind that door. Let's search Archmage Gaymond, see what he's got. Scroll of Call to Arms. Targets have improved combat skills, health and stamina for 10 minutes. And he's wearing some boots and there's some gold. Let's take that key there. We'll take his epitaph. And let's get in here. There is a draw. He has an amulet of Kinnereth. What I do need to do is I need to improve or change my shout to something decent, because all I've got at the moment is something to check my basic needs. Let's take that soul gem. Sometimes they're attached to a trap, and so that's why I'm being extremely cautious. I can hear skeevers. Frenzy poison. Arcane enchanter. Now I'm not exactly going to need that. Anything over here? We'll see if we can charge. We need to charge up any of our items. Nightingale bow needs a charge, and so does Nightingale blade. Why did I drop it? I dropped it for some reason. I don't want to drop it. It's a good blade. Charge out of the petty soul gem. Charge my Nightingale bow with another petty soul gem. Right. Now now we can level our way up. We're level 12 now. Stamina or health? Stamina. You notice that we're not really too bothered about. Let's increase health. Health saved me before. We're not too bothered about magic. That's way out of the way. Blocking is 10% more effective. That might save my life on occasion. Archery. Fighting stance. Power attacks cost 25 less stamina. Next rank. One-handed weapons do 40% more damage. That just seems way overpowered. Way overpowered. Let's see if I can do the same in archery. Bows do 40% more damage. Yeah, let's go for that. Right, bows are now totally ridiculously overpowered. How much does my bow do? 36 damage. Yeah, so we're sneaking up here. So that was an interesting story, the Lost Legends anyway. Apparently this in the time of King Harold, and I can hear someone's footsteps, there was this powerful mage, and that powerful mage had 3 sons who for some reason murdered him, and King Harold sent his best battle mage after them, and they eventually killed all the sons, or the sons hid themselves, obviously in places like this. And one of them was so powerful that they actually needed no, Lydia didn't even get hurt by that. Yeah, so these sons were so powerful in death that Germund needed to kill himself to look after them. That sounds a bit extreme, but that's the way it goes. That was subtle. So whenever I push this, that activates a trap. And you're supposed to think that it activates this bridge. Now what would activate this bridge? Another puzzle. Oh, that one's a false one, this one's a true one. Of interest, there is this little platform that we can jump down. Ooh. That was a nice fireball. Luckily I did avoid that. Skeleton key up. Yeah, so I just noticed that iron door that we could just jump onto. There's a coin purse near here as well that I could take, but it's practically not worthwhile. This is 178 gold and some pretty rubbish stuff. Yep, that's our lot. Well, we have to come down anyway. Let's take that 29 gold and that coin purse. head back the way we came. Ignore that skeever. But there's some Droog here, and I'm not entirely sure what they're doing there, because we can just take them out. Now, the male or the female? Let's try to headshot them. You didn't notice that, did you? Let's just shoot him. Don't get in there, Lydia. Oh dear. I'll leave you to recharge a little bit while you're there. Well, what annoys me, Lydia, is that now you're in the way. We could use our become ethereal shout and get past this. I think that's the best way of getting around it. Not quite sure how you would get around it otherwise. Let's just save here, just in case I get slaughtered. Well, there's a gap here that I can just... Well, somehow I got chopped. We might as well practice our restoration magic in the meantime. Heal ourselves up. Now I'm aware that there might be a little ambush over here, so we'll just become ethereal. Get around here. Pull this chain so it all stops. No ambush. I suppose there was supposed to be an ambush of 3 Droog, but they all decided to wander over here. I wonder how they got through, those weak Droog. Anyhow, this looks altogether suspicious. Let's prepare. I'll even prepare my glass arrows. Lydia. Well, this looks like the finale. So what I shall do is we'll cast our oak flesh. Something noticed us. And what we shall do as well is cast another little friendly flame matronarch once our magic kind of comes back up. We don't have enough magicka for it. Wonder if there's a way for me to boost my magicka by 30. Well, that increases it by 20, that's not enough. Never mind. Serves me right. Okay, here's Sigrid's Gordranson. He warps away here, and what he does is warps away over here to 3 different characters. That's him. No, that's not him. Where is he? Now, which one is he? That's him. I think this is him. The one that's not glowing blue. And the one that doesn't disappear straight after you hit him. That guy's glowing blue. That guy's glowing blue. It's him over here. That guy over there just wanders. What he keeps on casting at me is a attempted disarm spell. Are you glowing blue? I don't think you are. Oh yes you are. There he is, there he is. I mean, he's quite easy in a way, because once you take out his 2 illusions, there's just one of them. You can hide behind one of these posts. And that's him here, over there. One more shot, and he's dead. No, one more. Got him. Got him, got him, got him. What is he firing? These look like glass arrows. They're certainly green. We're just picking up a few of the glass arrows that we left scattered around the place, because they're valuable. Didn't need to use them, to be honest, because he was quite an easy person to beat. And what was the point? I guess if you're a melee based character, this would have been tough, because you would have been having to run to each one while being shot full of arrows. Ancient Nord arrows. Nothing that I really want. Flawless garnet. Gouda amulet fragments. Pretty good. Gouda black bow. That's pretty good. Glass arrows that I shot him full of. And a writ of sealing. But let's examine that writ of sealing, see what it says. Be bound here, Sigris, murderer, betrayer, condemned by your crimes against realm and lord. May your name and deeds be forgotten forever, and the charm you bear be sealed by our ward. Well, he was obviously locked in here until I exposed him. Here's some potions of minor healing. Now, one of the reasons I came in here, of course, was to find this small pearl, and I haven't found it yet. I suppose it's in the chest somewhere. What do you think, Lydia? So we don't want to leave here before we find the small pearl. Maybe it's in this chest. Lesser soldier. Dragon priest cloak. I'll take a few of those. They're worth 200. I'm sure they're not supposed to be, but I'll take that. Words and philosophy. I'll take that. Two-handed skill book. I'll read that later. Is this going to be trapped? Plate with what looks like ice wraith teeth on it. Pearls. 1 pearl. 2 pearls. We want small pearls. We don't want large pearls. Iron war axe of cold. Steel horned helmet. So we've got 2 pearls. I wanted the small pearl, but apparently it's not here. So we've just got 2 pearls. I don't know whether that's because Villagers mod changed things to make it only appear in one place. But that looks like it's about it. And we're back to the start. Well, I'm gonna stop things there. I'm just gonna quickly check whether there are any small pearls. If there are, then I'll get back to you. But I'll see you next time for it.